What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Today's topic is be strategic with how you spend your time. I know sometimes we all have our hour where we feel like spending our time scrolling on our phones, usually for hours at a time, but we need to shift our attention. Due to the fact that we usually scroll on social media for at least 30 minutes a day, we have to realize that our time is being wasted. Instead of spending our time on social media watching other people spend their lives, we should focus more on our lives. What I mean is, use social media as an idea producer instead of a mind consumer. Overall, social media is cool as long as you use it in doses. Just don't get used to consuming from other people's lives so much that you forget yours. Things to do: invest or trade, travel, meditate, read your Bible, walk, swim, jog, exercise, family time, and or content creation. We've been so consumed these days by social media and things online and other people's lives that we forget about ours. You need to fix your attention on yourself and onto developing your family being better. I know we always see people who are millionaires or billionaires or trillionaires, people who have their life figured out, families that have their life figured out, people who do content creation, people who make content regarding their family and doing things or whatever. But most of those families that do the little YouTube videos are usually they're not perfect families. They have a persona that is put out and perpetrated through social media so that people can see them as the best couple in the world, or people that have the best relationship in the world, and they really don't. Overall, they just do certain things to feel better about themselves or to feel better about what they do, or just to make money. It's just a scheme. That same person you're watching that has a Lamborghini or that has a Porsche or that has a Ferrari or that has whatever car you want worked for it, and that's why they have it. Or they're running it out. Either way, stuff like that costs money, stuff like that costs time, certain things like that cost you development, getting better, changing your lifestyle. That's what it costs you. It costs you not always scrolling on social media trying to find a way out of your life. Sometimes you gotta find life outside of your phone. You gotta build your own life. So if you take videos of yourself and your own life in order to get better and to teach people, okay, this is what I'm learning in my journey, then do that. But don't watch other people, live their lives, and then, you still have your own. You got to remember that. You still have your own life. People that have their own relationship with God, people that have their own relationships with their family, people that have their own relationships with their parents, people that have their own money, their own friendships, their own connections, people that had their own stuff. Stop worrying about other people that already have their own stuff, and then you're forgetting about yourself. At the end of the day, I guess sometimes it's hard because, you're life gets hard sometimes. I know we feel like, you can't do anything, and that, life may be complicated sometimes, but life gets complicated for everybody. The same person that has a Lamborghini, the same person that has a Ferrari had to take a whole lot of time in order to get what they have now. So we have to stop looking at it from a perspective as, oh yeah, they had this and they had that. No, they took time and they took work ethic in order to do what they had to do. And that's something that y'all don't understand, is that they had to take time. Everybody's time is different. So some people may take 3 months, while other people will take 3 years, and some people take 30 years. So I get it, but everybody has a different time to do what they got to do. Everybody has a different time. And you have to remember that. Everybody has their own reality by God. You know what I'm saying? God is controlling what your life will look like, if you let him control what your life will look like. As long as you move your body, you eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? Eating healthy is not necessarily something that God is looking at as a crazy thing, but at least don't be greedy, don't be gluttonous. You know what I'm saying? I get sometimes food is good. You know what I'm saying? I like me some food, but don't let that be your whole persona. It's like a lot of people talk about people who feel like money, they overrule money over anything. So there was this movie, a clip of this movie that I watched on Instagram that said, money is your God. Stop always looking for money. You need to look for God. Put your focus on God. Stop worrying. That all connects to everything I'm saying right now. While your focus is on, oh yeah, this person that has a Lamborghini, this person that has a penthouse, they had to do something to get there. They had to put in some work to get there. Not everything is Illuminati, bro. They had to put in some work to get there. Some people had to trust God to get there. Sometimes trusting God costs you your old lifestyle. So what? It's alright. You'll be fine. Would you rather have your old lifestyle and continue doing the same things that you were doing before and getting worse, or staying in the same place? Or would you rather get better all the time? And in order to get better all the time, you got to do stuff that you haven't did before. There's a saying that says, in order for you to get something that you haven't had before, you have to do something that you never did before. It's as simple as that. So stop keeping your focus on what other people are doing. You need to focus on your own life, making your own decisions, doing your own things. You know what I'm saying? Making your family better, doing things for your family, getting your own money, finding ways to make your own money. If you don't know how to make your own money, then I could teach you how to make your own money for free. Like, I don't teach everybody everything and just, oh yeah, well you got to pay for everything. No, I could teach you how to make some money. You just got to be willing to learn. If you ain't willing to learn, I'm not helping you. If you're not willing to go through trials and tribulations and have people telling you that you're wrong about something that you think you're right about, then I'm not teaching you anything. If you want to learn, if you're willing to hear that you're wrong, if you're willing for people to tell you that what you're doing is not the end all and be all of whatever, then that's cool. That's a great thing. What y'all have to realize is that as long as you keep pushing, there is nothing that can break you. If, for an example, right? If I went for a jog every day, I don't jog every day. Every time on this platform, I keep it very truthful. I don't jog every day. If I went out to jog every day, my momentum would be better. If my goal right now was to get my stamina to the max that I could possibly get to, if that was what I was supposed to do, then I would jog every day. Do I jog every day now? No. Which is why my stamina is not the best that it could be right now. Which is fine, because it'll get better eventually as long as I continue to do what I have to do. And stop looking for people to hand out stuff for you. Everything does not come easy. Everything don't come in 3 years. Sometimes you may have to wait 10 years. Sometimes you may have to wait 30. You got time. You're not on your time. You're on God's time. Remember that. Stop looking at it from the perspective of, oh, but I'm going to die at this age and I'm going to get old. And no, anything is possible with God. How do you know that? How do you know that by 85 your bones and limbs will be messed up? How do you know that that's not going to be the best stage of your life? Stop worrying about time. Time, you know what you should be worried about if you're worried about time? You should be worried about what you use your time for, which is the point of this video. Stop using your time for nonsense. Stop using your time to be on social media looking at stupid stuff. Now, here and there is cool, but every day, no. Find something productive to do. Find something that you could do to make some money. Find something that you could do to help somebody. And use what God gave you. Use your gifts from God. So if your gift from God is like, you're really good at sports, play sports. Use your gift from God. If you're like a very intelligent person, use that stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop acting like everything is just like supposed to be handed to you. Everything is not supposed to be handed to you. It's hard, yeah, so what? Continue. Just keep going. Everybody has a situation where they feel like things are hard for them. Everybody has been in a situation where life is hard. So what? Life is hard for everybody. Even the people who you think their life looks like a cakewalk or a walk in the park, people still have situations that go on every single day. Everybody has had a hard point in their life. Even the people that have everything have had hard points of their life. Even the people that grew up rich have hard points in their life, or have had hard points in their life. Some people, like, maybe their grades aren't the best. Maybe they don't get along with certain people. Maybe they can't talk. Maybe they can't write. There's certain things that people, not everybody, like, everybody has struggled at least with something at some point. It don't matter how much money you got. It's not about the money. It's about your dedication, your commitment, your momentum, and your stronghold onto God and your will. Matter of fact, I'll just put it out like that. As long as you're willing to become better, you will become better. And you can be willing and not put in any work. As long as you put in as much work as you possibly can, there's no excuse for why life will not start going your way. As long as you just make a priority for what you're supposed to do. I'll see you guys in another video.